Alright, I'm going to do a video for you today. Do a little walk around the shop. Show you what we got going on. And I'm going to do some fabrication on the 66 Fairlane around the tail light pocket. Show you the piece I cut for it, how we're going to put it in. And show you a little bit. We got one is hitting the side. We're putting 2 doors and a quarter panel in, and the radiator supporting another one. And it's got several things going on. But anyway, let me turn this thing around and show you more of what we got. The year's coming to an end. We're going into a new year, and hopefully everything will, go well, and we'll get really busy, and we can do good quality work for everyone who comes in, and just do what we do. I got some videos on the Camaro coming too. Done a few things to it. Gonna give an update on it, and if I can find the videos, I'm gonna put the ones together on this Fairlane right here. We had to go get a different deck lid for it. Had to get it sandblasted, but got videos of where we put the floor pan in and all kind of stuff on that. Vintage, but well, we done all that and some different things. I just got to get it together and edited and put in there. Well, let me turn this around and I'll get this thing set up on a stand and go through the process of putting this tail light ring and pocket in on it. Alright, here's the pocket. As you can see, it's pretty rotted around the edge right here. And I cut, hurt my knee. And I cut this piece right here to go in. I'll show you how we're going to do that here in just a few minutes. And let me do a little walk through. Here's the crew this morning. Old Blue, Dixie back there, and old Bella. Bella girl. Yeah, that's their little couch, or that's a seat out of my van. I got to get it put back in, but I tell them to go get on their blanket, and that's where they land. This was a small straightening job we done. It's not painted. We used a white primer, but we straightened a spot right here. So we got to paint the front door and blend the rear. Here's the top of that old vet we've been working on. Might get into some stuff on it, I don't know. And there's KJ, little knothead. Lucas, they hanging out with us today. But we got this one, we put a radiator support in it, condenser radiator. Down here we put a AC compressor. We're waiting on the AC lines to get here. It crushed those. And we're waiting on a headlight. It broke it. And we're going to have to put a muffler on it when we're through. This one here, I've already took the doors off. They was crushed pretty bad. We carried them outside. But as you can see, it nailed it pretty good. I'm going to pull that in a little while. And we also got to pull the post right here. If you can see that hinges in. Yeah, there it is. See right there? That hinges in a pretty fair amount. And so got to get that pulled. And this thing here, we had to put a rack in it. That was a chore. Honda's is not my favorite car anyway. But you had to drop the whole subframe under the bottom, and
Daddy had to fix it.
Yeah, and if you haven't ever done one of those, it's a task getting everything lined back up. What was you saying?
Daddy had to fix that yesterday.
Yeah, Daddy done a good job on it. All right, I'm gonna put this on pause and get on the stand and show you more about what I'm doing on this tail light pocket. A little fabrication. I wished I'd have showed you when I was cutting this out, but I'll show you how I done it. A lot of people do it different ways. You see my template? I just take that to the quarter panel right here, and I cut it out with scissors, and then you lay this on metal, and then you mark it out. You can do it with cardboard or paper, whichever way is easiest to do it. And then I cut this out. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on the inside. Cut. I got that like that. We're going to put that in there. I'm going to pull this tight. I'm going to spot it here, and then we're going to pull it. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm going to pull it in just a little bit and then fit the tail light. And then I'm going to spot it on this metal, but then I'm going to go on the inside, and I'm going to do the spots on the inside all the way around, because that metal in there is good. And then right here and here, we're going to make a little patch for it. All right.
you'll put that 41 on that or that 40?
Either one. We got it welded in. I know it looks a little clunky. You can't really see, but that's not really knotted welds. That's down in like that right there. That's solid. That's just under where I ground it off. There's no holes in it. And you can't really see, but I mean, all this is solid. It's not, like I say, boogered up stuff. It might look like a booger, but it's really not. And we done a little welding down there. Had a big old crack right there, and in here, and right here is the plugs where we plug the inside piece on. And I don't think it'll. Let me see. Ah, look at that. You see, we got in here. You really can't see it. If you can see down the side right there, see, we welded the piece we scabbed in all the way around. But we'll come back and we'll dress that up. And on the inside, we'll seam seal it. And, you know, it'll be right and nice. And we'll probably put the wax on it to help keep rust away. But that's about as good as you can do, or that I know of, because they don't, you know, this is old Fairlane. They just, you know, like Camaros and Impalas and stuff like that, you can get any and everything you want for them. But these Fairlanes, there's just a lot of stuff that we have to make because they don't make patch panels. Like this deck lid, we was going to get a new deck lid, but they don't make them. And you know, you have to go to a junkyard and just find one that's not eat up with rust. This is surface rust, but it's not through. So when we have it blasted, I mean, it's got a few places we're going to have to patch. But, you know, the one that was on it was just gone. And see, like, around the edges, it's good. It don't have holes in it. So that'll be good. But next, we got to get over here. So we put a quarter panel in this side. And I got to fab this piece back in. And I got to line it up right here. And once I get that, then we can get it done. Because we got the doors, you know, I don't know if you can see, but the doors is pretty well lined up. Yeah, there you can see the gap. But we're waiting on the door rubbers for it. And when we get those, well, we can actually fit them. Because you got to get the doors closing and all and fitting, and then do your body work. Because if you don't, you get it painted and you go put everything together and you go to shut the door and it'll come back and try to knock you out. Anybody that's done that will know what I was talking about there. But anyway, that's going to be all for today. We'll try to get another one done. And like everybody else says, if you have watched to the end and you like it, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.